Hi, I'm Timmia Hearn. I am the director of In the Blood. I'm a graduate student here at KU, and I do research around how to make theater here in the West more inclusive and decolonize our spaces. So using a disability justice framework as created by the Sins Invalid Collective in San Francisco, I am very excited to be directing this production of In the Blood, making sure that we include everybody who wants to come in the audience, whatever your ability. And I'm just so proud of KU and our faculty here and our staff and our curatorial team for choosing this play. Thank everybody for putting me in charge of it. Scary. But also just thank everybody who's been involved in the process, because theater is a community process. It's not a one-time thing. It's not done when you finish, when the closing curtain happens. Metaphorically, there's no curtain, but it's not done at that point. It continues in your heart, in your mind, and in the way that you process, the way that hopefully you take in the world. And it also continues as far as the work that we do as artists, the work that my young actors do as they continue into their next roles, and the work that I do as a director and as an activist as I continue on with my journey. So it's an American story about Americans who are living every day below the poverty line, who are struggling to make ends meet, who are constantly threatened with having their children taken away from them for one infraction or the other, who are threatened with incarceration or death by the police. This is an American story, and it's really about all of us, because we're all participants in this system, wherever you fall in the power structure. And Hester, who is the lead character, and she's a mother of 5 children. She lives on the street. She's struggling very hard to get her leg up and find a home and get shoes and clothes and food for her children, who she calls her treasures. It is a very American story. America has a massive homeless population and a massive generational homeless population, where it's not just that you ended up on the street today, but that you were born on the street and you grew on the street and you keep living on the street and your children grow on the street. And there's homeless populations everywhere in the States, from the smallest towns to the largest cities. And Hester's story is very personal and real, and unfortunately not at all unique. And so I think it's important for people to come and see this play and to ask those questions about who are we as a society when we cannot protect the most vulnerable among us, or we choose not to protect the most vulnerable among us. I'm not looking for one response from an audience. I'm definitely looking for people to take in the story that's being told about a single mother who lives under a bridge with 5 children who all have different fathers, and how she tries to survive in a world that doesn't want her to survive, and in fact goes out of its way to make sure she doesn't survive in the way that she wants. And I want everybody to take in that story and to hear the truths that so many women in this country face, and to analyze what is their role in that story. Is that something they've experienced? Is that something that they've participated in, wittingly or unwittingly? Because a lot of the play talks about how sometimes people who are positioned to help don't. And it asks us really hard questions about our own role in charity, in the church, in welfare, in social understandings of marriage and motherhood and parenthood, and who's a good parent. It asks us these really big, hard questions, and I think that it does it with great compassion. And so I'm hoping that every audience member who comes can take away something that helps them see the bigger picture of their role in all of this.